lavender. So lavender pillows, lavender buds next to your bed, lavender bath soap, those kind of things are very calming. They help your central nervous system kind of mellow out. So it helps you deeply because we don't want you to nod off during the talk here. And this whole little stalk is called the whorl, or the spike, and then the bloom area is called the whorl. And then the blossoms that we are actually cooking with are the dried buds, the little flower buds that are in it. More common varieties that are a little bit more compact and don't grow as fast. This is called hitcoat. The English lavenders grow more compact. They're usually a tighter little whorl and smaller blossom, and they're actually more sweet. So these are the varieties that I prefer to cook with because they have sweeter notes or flavors or tones to the blossom. And I just like the darker purple, but they come of different colors of purple and lavender. Varieties are really great to grow as like a whole hedge because you can keep them compact. They grow really well in containers. Lavender, of course, is a sun-loving herb, as many of the Mediterranean herbs are. They don't like their little feet to be sitting in water. So keeping them in a container, you want to make sure it's well drained. If you have them in your garden, you want to make sure it's in a dry soil, which is sometimes a challenge around here if there's a lot of clay or that kind of thing. So good drainage is really important to have the success of lavender like it is with thyme and rosemary and all those other Mediterranean herbs. And when you're harvesting your lavender, you just go across the top. As you can see here, there's a lot of new buds coming, so it'll bloom all summer. So you just keep harvesting the spikes. Great. So I'm going to turn it over to Chef Dalis, and he's going to walk.
Okay, so 4 or 5 ingredients on there. Super easy. We're going to start with a nice piece of fish. This is Alaskan king salmon. So pin bone and skin off. If you ask your butcher to do it for you, to try to get as much of this fat off as possible, because after it gets cured, it doesn't look so great. The texture is kind of weird. So fish. We have some lavender, and now when you cook with this lavender, it comes in a bag, or that where you pass it around that little bowl. It's really dusty because it's been dried and it's been handled and things. So when you steep it, you kind of want to run the water off a little bit. And you can do this with cold water or hot water. I did it with hot water because I did it 5 minutes before I needed it, versus you can let it sit for an hour or so. And the idea for the water is just to reconstitute the lavender a little bit, give it moisture, because you can't flavor the salmon with dry lavender. You could, it would just take a long time to do it. Well, I'll need it here in a minute. We put in a little mixing bowl. I don't have any cheesecloth here today, but the way to do it is just to wrap your fish in cheesecloth on both sides, so then it's easier. Don't have to wash it off and things like that. I'll just sit it on this side. This is like a 24-hour cure. You're gonna wanna, the longer you cure it, so if you cure it for 3 days, the texture of the fish will be a little firmer in the fish is gonna be. The less you cure it, the softer it's gonna be. Because the longer you cure it, the more moisture you're drawing out of the fish. And it's kind of a reverse osmosis. So what happens is the salt cure will draw the moisture out of the fish and infuse it with the lavender and the salt and the sugar. Quarter cup of the lavender flowers, quarter cup of the brown sugar, and a quarter cup of kosher salt. We'll do, this will be enough for 1 pound. And then you're going to take some lemon juice, just some fresh lemon juice, about 2 tablespoons. And then you're just going to mix it all together. It is that difficult, and that's pretty much it. So you're going to pretend we wrap this in cheesecloth. You're going to take some of this mixture, which is kind of like that, and you're going to place it on the bottom of the fish. And you can put this in any kind of a container that you can put in the refrigerator with a lid, or with some marks or anything. You just kind of want to spread it out so it's enough to cover the bottom of the fish. And then you're going to top it with the rest of it. You're going to take this and you're going to refrigerate it overnight. Like I said, just cover it so no other smells or anything get into there from the refrigerator. And that's it. It's us to make it